Good morning, and I hope you're all having a great start to your day. There was some showers overnight into portions of eastern Mississippi and the coast. Now all the heavy rain is situated off to our west. So as we zoom into our radar, notice there's flash flood warnings in effect for much of southwestern Arkansas. This rain has been ongoing pretty much since late last night into early this morning, and just giving them a ton of rain. Most of that is staying off to our west. However, we'll be dealing with a couple of showers later on of our own, but there are some showers starting to move into southeastern Arkansas. But notice it just doesn't seem to want to make it to the delta. But later on, again, we'll be tracking a few of those thunderstorms. Temperatures currently 80 already in Greenwood, 79 in Jackson, 79 in Greenville. We're looking at low to mid 70s across much of southeastern Arkansas, 80s along I-20 into northern Louisiana. So it is quite mild out there, but it's not going to be quite as hot as yesterday. Temperatures generally going to top out in the 90s. Again, we have a pretty decent chance of rain. This future tracker showing a lot of development later this afternoon, so after lunchtime here in the Delta. So that's something we'll have to watch. But again, it's going to be a feast or famine. You may get a lot of rain and you may not get any at all. That's how summertime is sometimes. And as we continue through the evening, we'll continue to see some of those showers, periods of drying. And then as we go into overnight, it does look like we're going to actually have a couple more showers to form as that energy gets a little bit closer to us. That's going to help spark some of this action. So we could wake up to some rain tomorrow morning. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where the heaviest of showers will be, but just know that you do have a chance of seeing some of that heavy rain. Tomorrow, generally going to see highs in the upper 80s with the periods of thunderstorm activity going through the evening. But as we go into the next 6 days and this weekend, rain chances really drop off, especially heading into early next week. We're also going to see a pattern change as we go into the middle of next week into the end of next week, which would bring us into the middle of August. Below average temperatures are looking pretty likely for much of the Magnolia State, especially the northern half, including all of our viewing area and much of Tennessee and the Mississippi River Valley. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out. This is 6 to 10 days, so this will lead us into about the 18th to the 22nd, and the 8 to 14 day, which will lead us into the end of August, there we go, will actually be trending below average as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but cooler temperatures definitely on the way. As for our hurricane season, again, Colorado State, they updated their predictions to 24 total storms on top of the 9 that have already formed. So again, we could have upwards of 15 more storms. We've already had 2 landfalling hurricanes. Now this is just a prediction, but still, it's going to be very active, and we're already tracking another tropical depression in the open Atlantic. This is 11, would become Josephine if it hits 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds later today. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But this is kind of just going to jog to the west over the next couple of days, just north of the Leeward and Windward Islands and Puerto Rico. And it looks like the models want to pull it back into the open Atlantic. So this might not impact the U.S. at all. Definitely not going to get into the Gulf of Mexico, but still, this is just a sign of things to come. We're likely going to see the tropics really heat up at the end of the month into September. But nothing to worry about in the Gulf of Mexico today, which is fortunate for us. But we will be dealing with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs generally going to be around 92 degrees, which is cooler than yesterday when we topped out at 98 here in Greenville, nearly 100 degrees. As for tonight, lows of 73, partly cloudy skies, some spotty showers and thunderstorms overnight. And tomorrow, highs of 89, increasing clouds, thunderstorms will be likely. But the next 2 days, best chance of seeing any rain, because this weekend it's going to be a lot more isolated in nature, which means some of us may not see rain at all this weekend. Temperatures will be hot, though, back into the mid-90s. And I'll tell you what, Bryce, I did walk outside yesterday afternoon when the heat index was about 107. That was tough. That was very uncomfortable.